Welcome back, everybody. In today's video, I'm going to take an analysis into what we saw from the Destiny 2 reveal regarding Titans. There are two new subclasses, some changes to the Striker, which are pretty huge, and a little speculation on Sentinel. Let's go ahead and jump right into the Striker. What's different about the Striker now than it was in a couple things? While they still have a lot of the similar abilities, their Fist of Havoc, their main primary super for the Striker class, has changed. It used to be a one-off type of hit one part of the ground, maybe get 2 or 3 kills, and then that was it. But they've changed it up, maybe to feedback or maybe just a personal preference at Bungie, and have made it a roaming super. So now, when you activate your Striker class, you hit the ground once like you would initially in Destiny 1, but you then hold your hands together, and you now hold electric energy in your hand. And basically you can run around the map and basically make little mini Fist of Havocs, or just straight up knock out dudes with uppercuts with your electric hands and take them out in PvE. Probably the same in PvP. But I like the change to this class. We're still going to have that initial, attack that's still going to do a ton of damage and then have it. So the Strikers, I think, in my perspective, are going to get a huge upgrade in Destiny 2. And I wanted to just go into the new grenades. In the top, you can see that's our grenade selection. And the current one that's listed is the Lightning Grenade. And they're back where they have 2 new grenades. Now, these are not, the other 2 grenades are not any grenades that are currently in Destiny 1. They might be, but they've changed up the emblems as I looked into it, and those are not the same grenades. I'm going to guess that the top one is probably some form of a fusion-ish grenade, so it's some sort of sticky, I'm assuming. You can, chuck it on a person, sticks to them, explodes. And I had learned that stickies no longer is a one-shot kill, but is a high damage dealing alternative. But it's nice to know that maybe the Striker Titans are going to get a sticky, or that if it's not a sticky, at least some sort of new grenade. And then the far left, I thought for a while was their flashbang grenade, and where, it was like they threw it, did a little bit of AoE damage when it exploded, but it blinded every enemy in the vicinity for a little while. I don't know if that's what that is as well, but I could see it being something like that, or maybe like a vortex grenade with the star around the grenade symbol. Maybe it's like a little makes a little area of effect damage. So maybe we'll see a little bit of that. But moving on, I want to talk a little bit about the Innate Ability on the left side of the skill tree for the Striker Titans. And this is the Innate Ability, I believe, for just both Titan classes, Striker and Sentinel. And that they're like a little shield. And we saw some footage of this in the Destiny 2 reveal where the Titans would turn around and flick their forearm to basically throw out a shield. Now, we don't have a description on this, but what I've seen from the reveal trailer is that there is a smaller shield that just maybe goes up to chest height, so you can just peek over it, but you could crouch behind it, pop up, boom, 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 jump back down, pop back up, boom, 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 boom. And the other one must be something to do with a full body shield, because we've definitely seen a shield that covers even higher than a regular, Guardian, almost as big as a Cabal Centurion, and have this huge shield that just blocks a bunch of damage that comes out. Not a bad innate ability. It just really seems like they're maybe situational based, depending on what you're dealing with. It's like, oh, we have a big boss here. Maybe just to avoid that damage, we should have a big flat iron shield and have that right across us. Or it's like a little mini boss, a little skirmish. Let me just throw this little one so we have some extra cover in the open field. But regardless, I like the innate ability. I like the innate ability on the Warlock. I like the innate ability on the Striker and on the Titans in general. Haven't seen what the innate ability on the Hunter is yet, but I think it's Shade Step is believably what it is from I've heard from Gunslingers and stuff. But we're talking about the Strikers, so we're not going to talk about Gunslingers. That's for my next video. And then moving on to the next, if you go to the bottom of it, you'll see the jumps, and the jumps really aren't different. The jumps are still the same. You didn't really need to change up anything about the jumps for the Titans. I love their jumps in Destiny 1. And you didn't need, Bungie didn't need to reinvent the wheel on everything. The first game was definitely solid in performance and graphics, and it looked good, and it played well. They didn't really need to change up anything there. So having the same jumps isn't too bad. Of course, we have the one highlighted as our increased control, and the one on the left, I believe, is catapult. No, sorry, that's the one on the right. The one on the right is the catapult, and that just basically gives you more forward momentum when you're jumping. And then the left one is the one that just gives you more general height. Again, not too much to say about those. Great to see that's not different. I don't have to adapt to some sort of weird new jumping system for Titans. I'm fine with that being the way it is. Moving on to the bottom right skill tree, you can see that this is called the Code of the Juggernaut, and I had heard from other videos and other sources and researching it that this would maybe be the this would be a punching focus portion of the tree, and that focuses more on melee attacks, and this is all about hitting things, which, let's be honest, the Striker is kind of all about. But we see a little bit, and we can take some new symbols, and we have some old symbols. So the very top is Amplify, and that's kills with punches will recharge your Fist of Havoc, which is your primary super, faster. You will get that recharge back quicker, and it'll happen a lot faster. Again, was a fine ability, didn't need to change. Glad to see it have come back. But on the left, I believe that is Juggernaut, so that punches Juggernaut, but with punches. So Juggernaut was something to do with running. So if you were running and you had that on, you would form like a little mini shield in front of you, and it could be good for like, you know, blocking shotgun shells or the odd blast when you're charging an opponent. But it's with a fist, it looks like now, so maybe there will be some sort of punch that gives you an overshield, making that a fairly powerful class. I'm just speculating here, but that would be really interesting. Probably not, but I could dream. And then on the bottom we have, of course, our regular old shoulder charge, which, if you didn't know, is the bane of many people's existence. But it basically, if you're running, you're sprinting, you get a little animation on your screen. You press the RB button or the R1 button. You charge in, you deck a dude right in the face. It was an insta kill. Very rarely never ever, only usually on a super, like a really big super, maybe like a Sunbreaker Titan coming at you. You went and decked him in the face. He probably killed you, unless he was super weak. On the right symbol is a super shoulder charge. It's a similar symbol to the shoulder charge one, but it's got like a double one, so it's like almost like a breaking a sound barrier or something. So could we see some sort of super shoulder charge in that you get maybe farther distance, or maybe a double shoulder charge, which would be crazy? But I don't know, but it's just a little bit of speculation. Double shoulder charge would be crazy and really powerful, I feel, but we'll see where that comes. And for the final speculation on the Striker Titan, we're going to take a look at the top right skill tree. Now, on the very top, we can see that this is the very top symbol of that is an ability in Destiny 1 for Strikers called Aftershocks, and Aftershock basically just extends the durations of your grenades, Lightning, Pulse, and Flashbang. Pulse makes the Pulse one stays around longer, same thing with the Lightning Grenade, which were super powerful if you could have, a Lightning Grenade, and you're wearing the Armamentarium, so you've got two of them, and they last longer. You could just donk, and put them over, and you just almost lock down a nice little hallway or a section of the map. So that's still back, which makes me think maybe this is more of like an artillery type of focus class, like we see on the left one, we see Death from Above, which is just if you could jump in the air and aim your Fist of Havoc, your primary super, down into the ground like Superman, just boom, and land on the ground, hit it, mass explosion. That's why I'm thinking maybe this is more of a like artillery-based thing. We're gonna see more explosions from this, or this is more grenade focus. And on the bottom we see I'm assuming what looks like Discharge from the Destiny 1 subclass for the Titan Strikers. In Discharge, just area of effect hits when punching, so we'll see if that comes back. I'm not really sure. It's a little hazy on my screen, at least. And on the right symbol is a perk I haven't seen before. I don't think I looked through Destiny 1. I did not see a perk of this familiarity. I can't even really make it. It almost looks like it's a trident of some sort, but I can't really say what this would be. Something to do with grenades, maybe not something else to do with the Fist of Havoc. Maybe in Destiny 1 you had an ability when you landed your Fist of Havoc, a little area of energy would just kind of run along the ground and hit someone in the far distance. Maybe that's reinvented of that, but we'll see. Interesting subclass. I'm super excited to play Titan as soon as Destiny 1 launches on September 8th. Okay, now real quick, since I don't have a lot of skills, I don't have any skill trees for the Sentinel, I'm going to just kind of speculate on what the Sentinel could have, what could be in there, and what we can see. And what we have seen from the Sentinel, from the Destiny 2 reveal, is that they have shields. This is our Captain America class. And they can basically use the shield like a shield. They can dive with it, hit people across the face with it. They can hold up the shield, and their teammates can walk up behind them, firing behind them, all like Spec Ops style, or like Rainbow Six Siege style, having somebody back you up while you just block all the bullets. They can also For range attacks, they can just chuck that thing, Captain America, and then it just goes flying across, and it can ricochet off of multiple opponents and do damage. Almost looks like, less looks like ricochet, and more like it kind of like homes in on stuff, like the way it bounces off of enemies, jumps around and hits stuff. I'm wondering how this would work in PvE. PvE is not a really big deal because, you know, it's obviously you versus the game, so who cares if you're overpowered. But you throw those shields, you just ding, 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 you hit a couple Cabal. Probably not going to be an insta-kill on each Cabal, but it probably will do a ton of damage. But I'm wondering how that would work in PvP if there's like 3 people in a room, and I just chuck that thing at a guy in a room and it hits him. Boom, hits the first guy. Does it bounce off and kill the other 2 in the room? Because if so, that's crazy. I would be super hyped for that class. I'm still really excited for the Sentinel. It seems like it's kind of replacing the Defender from Destiny 1. But, yeah, the Sentinel seems super cool, and definitely going to be the first class I rank up in Destiny 2 when it launches. Of course, the Sentinel probably still has the innate ability of having the overshield. The shield they throw out with their forearm, and they can block damage on high or low. So you can shoot over it or just have it block complete damage. But we haven't learned a lot about the Sentinel skill tree. So hopefully when E3 rolls around soon, in a couple weeks, we'll see a little bit more about the Sentinel and maybe some of the other subclasses stuff. And I'll try and get the Hunter one up as soon as I can before that comes around. So when new information comes out, we'll have that new information and I can make another video on that and update everybody here about what changes are going to be coming to the Hunters, the Titans, and the Warlocks indefinitely before Destiny 2 launches. I just wanted to thank you guys for staying around and finding out about what's going on with the Titans in Destiny 2. Thanks for staying to the channel, and feel free to comment and subscribe down below. It really does help, and I'd like to let you know that I'm going to be coming back with more Destiny 2 videos. So until next time, I'll see you.
When Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those who chose to oppose his shield must yield. If he's led to a fight and a duel is due, then the red and the white and the blue will come through when Captain America throws his mighty shield.
Thanks for checking out my video. If you want to see more videos in the series, go ahead and check the video in the bottom left. If you want to see me talk about something else, you can go ahead and check the video on the right. And if you want to stay up to date with all the videos and when they come out, feel free to like and subscribe to me up in the top left. Thanks for staying, and I'll see you guys later.